Welcome, Nerdiverse. Tis I, your beacon of mental and physical health, Mike G. falling up, slowly falling apart on a Friday night. Is with me is literally my digital friend with cyber handshakes like in the Predator. Wash, what's going on?
Eve, Evening, everybody. Happy New Year, new life, new year, new me, new MOTN. We're all here. We're all having a
New,
good time.
new you, new
Bunch of new
me.
stuff to talk about coming up. That is the exciting time of this time of year. Is all the it's like the beginning of the NFL season when your team can win the Super Bowl and now
Man,
everything springs eternal and you feel good about everything. Don't
anything could
worry.
happen.
CES is right around the corner, folks. Trust me. I'm sure we'll be complaining about something very shortly.
Anything could happen. This is where your team can just spring eternal. You know what I mean? This is the beginning of the year where anything and everything can go right or wrong. Happy New Year, Tooch. You are here in spirit. You're here with us. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. Just like that. Tooch is still on her holiday sabbatical. She shall return when she returns, and she'll be full of all fire and determination like Ryu Hibiki and Ken Masters. I know this to be true. Man, I guess we could start tonight's episode with
Well,
I think I lost my
starting
FaceTime.
with Ryu and Ken.
Let's
Who
start.
you
All right.
got?
Ooh,
$5. Who you got?
I got Ryu,
I'm
baby.
taking
I
Ken
got
Masters.
Ryu.
Whatever, all day,
You know
every
what?
day.
You are a Ken Masters, dude. You are definitely you have big Ken energy. you have
All
Ken
day,
energy.
every day.
You definitely have Ken energy.
What you doing? Ah,
Wh- wh-
you want to try that over here? I'll teach you.
I'll teach you.
Come on.
Ken Masters. It's fighting. It's only fighting games that like help define your personality. You know what I
Oh
mean? Like,
man, that's
are you a?
great.
Of course, you're a scorpion, right?
Ooh, do
You're a
we do
scorpion.
top
Fighting game
10 like
characters.
fighting game characters?
2025 is going to be sick, y'all. Top 10 fighting game characters.
And
I have
I'm
thoughts.
stoked.
Like,
I'm
do you
interested.
like that? Can go a bunch of different ways. Are you going to rank them by efficiency or by lore? Like,
I
who's the?
I
Are you
almost
rank them by coolness or everything? Like, how do you rank that for you?
I, I almost want well what you said got me going, so it makes me kind of want to go into like my personal who do I associate
Yeah.
myself with as far as like the fighting game characters go.
Okay.
And
That.
it's like, yo, bro, some days it's Saget, S- uh,
Some days it's Sagat. Some
Tiger
days
uppercut.
Tiger
Yeah,
uppercut.
some days it's like that. Put on the cross patch and it's like, yeah, bro, Tiger knee.
Tiger knee. Some
And
days
then
it's Tiger genocide, where he just kills like 8 trillion tigers in real life.
yeah, and then
Yo,
someday you're Kid Masters.
some days you're Ken Masters and you just
Or who's my boy from Streets of Rage? Street
uh
the dude
guy.
with the brown hair. No, not guy. The other dude. The actual Ryu in this instance.
There's in Streets of Rage, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm
Streets
thinking
of
of Final
Rage.
Fight. I'm thinking of Final
Oh
Fight.
yeah, yeah. No. We're right. Final fight. You're on the right one. You got the right one. We're on the right same path.
There's
So
Guy,
there's
there's
guy.
Cody, and there's Hagar, bro. The
Oh, guy.
mayor
Yeah. All
of
right, guy.
Earth.
Yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
dude. Shout outs to BK Roll. Shout outs to Bradley, yo. He is an MOTN alumni from way back in the day. Shout outs to him in the chat. This is truly a special
Yo.
evening. What's
Happy New
cracking?
Year.
My brother from another mother. That makes me start thinking like, what is like, how do you pick a fighting game character when you first play the game? Are you basing it surely off cool factor? Is it like I gotta play the black guy because I'm black? Is it like something like that? Is it like I need to pick the best character, so I'm going to do research? How does Wash pick a fight, and that's a very specific question.
If I am playing a like Blaze Blue first time, and I'm like,
Don't know who
what's
any.
a Blaze Blue? You know what I mean? I just go random,
Ooh, you random
whatever.
select. It doesn't.
Yeah, because you're gonna have to play with 5 or 6 anyway, and I feel as though like I can get stuck trying to choose. Why have that power? Just push random. Close your
My
eyes.
rule is like who looks cool, right? Like who looks like this guy has to be cool. Look,
But
he's
what's
wearing
your
a
definition
scarf.
of cool?
Man, it's
Like is
different.
Vega cool?
Vega is super cool. I have a pretty nice Vega, bro. Like to
You
me,
got a
that's
one
an.
six Vega?
Oh, I wish. No, there is no 1/6
Oh,
Vega. Fingers
oh, all right.
2025. Fingers and toes crossed, dog. 2025. Let's go. Cool is really based upon everybody else in the cast. If everybody's like, there's always one that stands out to you, right? Like, I was a Blanca kid because I look like no one. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not your quintessential black guy, and I'm not your quintessential white. I'm not white, so it's like, and I'm not any. I'm like Martin Luther King's dream in one person. So it's like, it's hard for me to self-identify with 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 characters, right? So me, I always pick the weirdos. I always pick the weirdest looking character, and I roll with them. Like Street Fighter was Blanca. I was like, that is an orange haired monster that shoots electricity. That's me. And so I
Cheap.
picked Blanca. She, That's- it's not my fault that that my soul pick happened to be godlike, bro. It's not my fault that I picked him from the spirit. I didn't know he had like one frame links and shit
Top 10 like worst cheating characters. Yeah, he's in top 3 of all time. I'm
of all
talking
time.
across of all time, all like platforms, all games. Blanca's in the top 3. I'm sorry.
Blanca's godlike. You're just a hater. Toot
You get
says
messed up with
Zangief.
somebody.
You can really mess. Toot says Zangief, Iceman, Eno from Guilty Gear. Now she's starting. Now, see, this is where you need to be. See, you need to come back from your sabbatical because that's a conversation. Eno, bro. What do you know about Zato One, bro? He's wearing a Venom symbiote that turns into a shark. Get off him, bro. That's my boy right there. I don't even. I was like, he's wearing a Venom symbiote. All right, I guess that's
What?
who I'm playing against,
Absolutely.
bro. Speaking of playing, you play any video games this week, my man? You know, for New Year's, you have any games that you're like, man, I got to wrap this up?
I played Starfield.
Did you
I
beat?
played like
See, see.
I played like another 6, 7 hours of Starfield, man. It kind of got me, and I don't. I still
The
in
runs. It's
game,
gonna
I
start.
still
It's
don't know if I'm enjoying myself, but there are things that I still want to do. And the world is, I don't know if it's different or if I just don't remember, but there are, like, as for instance, I need a ship because the ship that you get in New Game Plus is cool, but it's weak as crap, and I got
yeah.
blown up,
It can't fight. It can't fight,
right?
and I don't think
But
you can upgrade that thing.
yeah, I was wondering, but I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna get a ship, and since I'm poor, I don't want to spend my money on a ship. So I went to a random planet. And like my first run, ships would land. There were ships landing everywhere,
Hmm.
everywhere. This run, I went to 8 different random planets and moons, walked around, went to caves, did not see one flyover, one land by from anyone.
Bro, yeah, yeah, like I said, the game. It's impossible for the game to be like AI generated different, right? But it feels different every single lap. I like to call them. Every single lap is a little different experience, and I don't know if how that works in the game, but you can feel it. It's not necessarily something that's on paper, but you see what I'm saying? Like your experience is different.
Yes,
You
and
know,
like my crew, they don't like me, and I'm wondering because I didn't say goodbye to any of them. I didn't really have that
nice.
close relationships with any of them, and it's like, yeah, we're not tight, but you
We're
can
not.
hang out with us.
The only person I love interest my very first loop. I love interest Sarah, and I felt kind of bad leaving her in the past universe while I was going to move forward. with my life, and then she just didn't know him. It's like, oh, pressure's off. It's like you get to neuralize your ex. You know what I mean? Like, okay, that never happened. Hey, how's it going? You
Start
know,
over.
just
Yeah,
start
she's
completely
like
over.
she's like, I don't feel that close to you, so yeah, you can make
Okay,
yourself at home, but I don't really have anything to do with you. And I'm like, oh, all right, well, whatever. Moving
yeah,
on.
yeah, Bradley.
So yeah,
If you want to play like a really good like Fallout like game that's gonna like scratch that itch, Starfield can do it if you got it. I recommend going through the game at least 7 times to really get a feel for it. It's kind of like Monster Hunter. You got to beat the game like 6 or 7 times before you can really, get a feel for the game. You know what I'm saying?
that's
It's
insane.
mad. It's a madness, but it's the truth. It's the truth. Ruth.
I also hopped on Fallout 76, tried to give it a couple of more levels.
Oh,
Uh,
there, there you go. 2D beat you to it. You know what I mean?
ah,
How's it going?
well, I spent a lot of time looking for a gear because I needed to scrap something,
It's the
and
worst.
I couldn't find the gear. And on the map, the towns are kind of small, so I'm like, really, it's not really marked well with where you've been, where you haven't
Nah,
been, and
it's
so I'm
not.
like, where the hell? And so I spent some time finding the gear, but after I was able to do that, um, I'm making progress, but again, it does feel very Resident Evil 5 or 6. Which one was the truck? The realistic one? They were like in the back alleys and like it was
Hmm?
super up close, super over the shoulder type action. I think it's
6?
Resident Evil. Is it 6?
Are you talking because 5 was super Africa. Remember you were killing
Yeah,
like
6. It's 6.
it's got
It's
to be
6 then.
6.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
6, the one I'm talking about. It still feels like that. So when I come across a group of zombies, it's like 3. And it's like, oh, well, here's the big
Do you
trouble. And it's like,
do you play third person or first person?
first.
Okay, I'm about to say like no one sane plays Fallout games in third person. That's
No.
just out of control.
No, but
That's
the enemies and the action is slow like that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
very intentional with where you're at and what you're fighting. So, I'm still in there. We'll see what happens. Can't make any promises, but I've considered the level cap.
Yeah,
How
man.
about you?
Uh, it's funny. I was planning to play Fallout 76 this week just to have something to talk about it, but I unfortunately started Knights of the Old Republic 2, and that kind of took over. And Knights of the Old Republic 2, you can see the Revan in the back, um, being all Revan-y. So I got into the mood. I'm like, and Brian has been playing one on on his channels, Watchcade. Go follow that. And I was like, I don't want to play one. I kind of want to play two, just to mix things up. So I've been playing two, and I was like, okay, I want to get back to 76, but two keeps calling. And then I hit uh the skill cap, so to speak. I hit the wall. And there's this one part on Telos where you have to fight three HK-47s at the same time, and they legit just wall you. If you don't know how to fight those legit, you will not you will not proceed. You have to know it's coming and prepare for it. It's legit like a D&D skill check. And I lost to them like 7 times. And I'm like,
Yeah.
all right. And I got things to do. I'm gonna go
Like,
get my car washed. I'm gonna go run some errands.
oh, that's right. That grinding back in the 90s. I
Yeah.
remember this.
Remember
They kind of,
grinding?
yeah, I remember level grinding, man. That's when I
Yeah.
told you I was hesitant to put it in, but that said, I've had so much damn fun. I'm not upset.
Yeah, I'm
And I
I'm
was on
probably
my
gonna
starship today. Like someone in chat's like, "We still playing this? We've been on this game a long time." I'm like,
because
I
I'm having
know,
fun. It's because
I
I'm having
know.
fun. Um, and it's just like I need to go back to 76 because I do want to finish the main storyline, but KOTOR 2, I can do that in my sleep. I just forgot how difficult that one. It's literally the hardest part in the game outside of the very absolute last fight with Kreia. And um that part is just annoyingly tough. like I forgot like my rhythm of it. So I was just like I kept dying over and over and over. I was like, that's not right. I've beaten this game 75 times. Why am I having such a difficult time with it? And I was like, oh yeah. So I'm probably gonna try it again tomorrow. But Fallout 76 is still definitely something I want to play. I want to play Indiana Jones some after 76.
I have to say it's been a long time since been a game where the hype continues. And the hype
But
is continuing on Indiana Jones. Like
I'm
that seems
hearing
to
good things about it,
becoming more popular the more time that passes. More people are playing it and they're like, yeah, this is awesome. So
mm,
it is, from what I've gathered, stealth and puzzle, which means Brian does not want anything
which
to do
means
with
it's
it.
anti Brian. I'm not a big
Yeah.
stealth guy either, but I like Indiana Jones, and I know the music's going to be dope, and it's just something to play until. What's the next big game that comes out?
There is one February. No,
Monster
I was
Hunter.
thinking.
Monster Hunter Wilds
Oh,
comes
I
out.
was thinking of Captain America.
Oh, does that come out this year? You talking about the
February.
movie?
The
You talking about the
movie.
movie? Yeah,
Yeah,
with
that's
the
that's the
video
first
game.
thing that popped in my head.
Like, what's the
What's come out?
difference?
Yeah.
What's the difference? Oh, the only one you get to press play, and the other one plays you. But yeah, video games wise, that's what I've been doing, Doug. I want to talk about. Are you caught up on Skeleton Crew?
No, I
Okay,
did not watch this week's episode of Skeleton Crew, and you know, I don't actually. This hasn't been spoiled for me as last week's was, which I am caught up on. But you can go on and speak about it. I'm
no,
not going to be
we
upset
can skip
about
it.
it. It's not
No,
really it's it's not really the spoiler type of thing, which is why I'm not that concerned in watching it. You know what I mean? It's not like
you don't feel
Spider-Man
rushed to
2,
watch it. Yeah, you don't feel rushed to
Citizen
watch it.
Sleeper 2. Yeah, like as I said, I have no issues with it. It's a fine show, but I would like to speak about if you're caught up on Creature Commando.
I was good back to
I
that same question. Yeah,
I
I am, and
I
What are your thoughts? You go first. What are your thoughts about it?
I'm enjoying Creature Commando the time I spend with that more than I am with Skeleton Crew. And that's just kind of where I'll put it. Like that's I got nothing against Skeleton Crew, but when I watch Creature Commando, I'm like, oh damn, I'm looking forward to this.
Man, I'm feeling better about Creature Commando after this last episode. I'm feeling better about it because the storytelling's is starting to seem a bit solid, more solid, and it's like I'm starting to see the method of Guns madness with this whole thing because I've been highly critical of it, um, just because it just seems a little overkill for me, no pun intended. But with this episode, it's like, oh, I'm understanding what DC comics he's going to present to us. You know what I mean? Like, because this, slight kind of spoilers. This last episode was brutal,
A
man.
vicious episode.
Very vicious,
Vicious. I thought
unwavering.
it was last episode or 2 episodes ago. I thought that was a vicious episode. This,
It's like a vicious,
I was like,
almost mean.
damn.
It was like almost mean spirited. You know what I mean? Episode, and I'm like, I see what you're doing, and I don't know if I agree with it yet. It's DC Comics is not a fair place for James Gunn. It's almost darker than the Snyder stuff. And the only reason we say Snyder was dark because this man literally made the scenes light. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like he literally made the scenes like dark. I mean, but this is like like brutal, like women and children aren't safe type screen like filmmaking, and it's like
It's
Superman.
definitely HBO Max. Like
It's HBO.
if
It
you
is
said
Max.
like, you know what? Hey, here's an adult themed animation show based on a superhero, and I haven't seen Amazon. Um, uh, what's the
Invincible.
yeah, I
Invincible.
haven't seen Invincible, but this comes across as like, wow, you can't kids. shouldn't watch
I was
this.
going to say that. Like, I wouldn't invite a child to watch Creature Commandos. Like, it's just a little too adult and a lot too adult if you want to be frank about it. Um, and it's like Superman is such a, and I don't we don't know his personality yet, but he's so bright and hope and perfect, and like everything else is crap. And this is the world. This is the seedy underbelly that's for real, for real. Like, we're going to do horrible things to the people you love, you know. And I want to talk deeper about it, but I don't want to spoil it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I see what he's doing. There's gonna be a handful of characters that obviously stand out in this dark, dark world.
I want to say that, and if you're questioning, hey, should I go watch this? Man, this sounds kind of like down. Um,
It's not down. It's a
it's
lot
not
of things, but
down.
it's not
Like
down.
I like, and I'm assuming next episode is the last one. The way
It's the
they
final
like
one.
set it
Yeah.
up, I kind of like I'm excited to
To
see
see how it
this
goes.
matchup and see all these roads come together, and one of them being just completely batshit crazy. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I think it's super unique. Yeah, I'm gonna shout out another DC property that I started watching that I didn't. I, I
What's
I
an
was like,
okay,
what's
yeah, hit
this?
me. What you talking about?
Suicide Squad, DC
Is
Japan, East,
isekai? Like isekai?
Isekai,
Yeah.
bro. This is interesting. Like Japan's take on the Suicide Squad, and I kind of like what they're doing with Amanda Waller better than what we do with Amanda Waller. But um, the Suicide Squad themselves are fantastic. The writing's awesome. The art is awesome. It does kind of carry the same beat and note as far as like the way the episode flows and what happens and how it happens through the episode. But overall, super surprised.
Did you
Super
ever
surprised.
watch any of the Marvel animes back in the
No,
day? Did you ever watch like
no,
the Blade anime in the X-Men anime, bro? Those were super weird, dog. Like,
no. I had the Blade anime. I think I want to check that out.
yeah, there's a whole thing with them, dude. Where there was like a Blade anime, there was there's a Blade anime, there was the X-Men anime, there was an Iron Man anime. The X-Men one is really good. And the Blade one is really good. So if you want, like, once you're done with a Suicide Squad Isekai, I would 100% go back and watch those Blade animes. Yeah, the Blade anime is slick, toots. It's super slick. And they were like a flash in the
2011.
pan. Yeah, flash in the pan. Miss them if you don't know they're there, but they're all really good. And there was a Wolverine anime too. There was specifically a Wolverine anime that bled into the X-Men anime. So it's like there's a whole chunk of them during that time frame. And I highly recommend all of them. They're really neat. And I'm just curious to see if this super bloody, like, just to circle back to Creature Commandos, if this super bloody world that is being painted with Creature Commandos, they killed a major DC villain in this episode. Like, who's responsible for multiple origin stories. I'm not gonna name names, but they just killed him. He's dead. So technically he's dead in Gunn's universe. So we'll never see a live action version of that. What I'm trying to say is that um I want to see this hardcore in live action and see if he has the balls to do it. I don't know if he does, and I want to see how other heroes interact with this
Nah,
because you
man.
can't keep them
Super
separate. They have to
Superman
interact.
needs to be $1 billion movie. They are not about to have Superman pulling out anybody's heart on screen
That's what I'm
and
saying.
like,
Like,
yeah,
what happens when Superman shows up to a bloody room?
that ain't
Like,
gonna happen this
he.
go round.
And the
That
sad thing is that they have to do it. They have to blend They can't keep them separated. That would be such a cop out.
I think, well, I think it's when we look at Creature Commando, I think it's super interesting that this and they came out and this kicks off the gun universe. And it's such a weird,
So
strange property to start an origins of any type of expanded
yeah,
universe. It's like, it, what
that's
are we
but
doing? Like the origin stories of these characters for the next 5, 10 years throughout DC? Is this what we're going to end up doing?
but
No,
that's
I don't see it. But
yeah.
I think that there's room for both, is kind of what I'm saying. Because Superman,
Hmm.
no, but Batman might be an
Right.
ultra violent Batman, hyper
That's what
violent Batman.
I was thinking. Like, I was two things on that. You make some really good points there. Um, that why would you introduce the entire DC universe with these ragtag group of nobodies, right? But that's Gunn's MO. He did it he introduced Space Marvel via Guardians of the Galaxy, a bunch of nobodies that he made people love. Now it's your introduction to Space Marvel. That you know what I mean? Going into Thor, going into the um Thor
So you're
Ragnarok,
telling me we're going like Solomon Grundy, we're
Solomon
going
Grundy. I think
with
I I'm curious to see
Poison Ivy. This
Poison.
is the route that we're going, is kind of what you're
I'm
saying.
saying the scene for the scene when Joker kills Robin in Death of the Family is gonna go hard as fuck, dude. Like that's all I'm saying. Gunn is not gonna Gunn's gonna keep the camera on it, is what I'm saying. There's no shying away. If Creature Commandos is any indication, where you let you have a bloody family piled up in the middle of a room and they don't cut away, yeah, I could see Batman going the route of being, because Batman doesn't kill, but everyone kills around Batman, if that makes
But
sense.
Batman is violent and has,
It's very violent.
is Batman a Jedi? Mike's like, no. It's
No,
like, well, when you think
Bat
about it, no. He kind of enjoys his job a tad
if
too much.
he's like Mace Windu,
Yeah.
he's right on the line. But then you have like they want to do Brave and the Bold with Damian Wayne. Damian Wayne kills, and Batman has to show him the right from the wrong. So I can see them doing a movie where Damian Wayne is just going crazy and they're in the middle of fighting. He's killing people, and Batman has to stop him, stand down. You know what I mean? Has to
Superman has
teach him
killed what? Two people
ever. Uh,
ever?
he killed Doomsday because he had to, and he died in the process. And we don't count Silver Age, where he just was a murderous bastard. Where Superman, we don't count Super Age.
Did he kill
Silver
Zod?
Age. No, he always threw Zod in the Phantom Zone. He never really killed
Okay.
Zod. He always just recaptured him.
So Doomsday won. Okay.
Purple Saber
Eh,
though. But Superman, I think airdropping a Superman in the darkest version of DC ever, letting him be the light that brings everybody together, is a smart idea. Because this DC is looking rough, dude. Like, I don't know what James, because like even Marvel's not that dark, right? This is like Image Comics,
This is
Vertigo
pretty.
type stuff. Like why are we seeing this? And that's what threw me off so much. It's like, why are we seeing this? Like, why is this DC Comics? You know, let it be Image, let it be Spawn, let it be. You know what I'm saying?
Is Deadpool or Creature Commandos more over the top?
I Deadpool never showed like a dead child on screen. Creature Commandos did. And I think that's pretty over fucking kill. So, like Creature Commandos, Deadpool never ripped out somebody's heart like fucking Kano on screen. You know what I mean? But then again, like Creature Commandos is also a cartoon. So it's like you have a lot of carte blanche because it's not real. That's why I'm like,
It's
does
not
DC have
real.
but DC have the balls to have Creature Commandos on the big screen? I don't think so. And it's like
No,
that's a cop out.
no, because
That's a
it's not
cop
going to
out,
make money. It's not going to make money, Mike. Creature Commando. Are you going
bro.
like you're going to see Creature Commandos, right?
Yeah.
I may go see Creature Commandos. I will probably wait for it to come out on streaming because I don't go to the theater like I used to. But the general, it's not $1 billion property, man. It's
You never
you
know.
got Superman, you got Batman, you got Wonder Woman, you got a possible Green Lantern if you do it right. $1 billion in the bank. Everything else is question marks,
It's
and
like
thus you can't,
2D.
especially with DC's track record the last 20 damn
Like, look,
years.
I hear you, brother. I hear you.
Like, I
I hear
don't.
you.
Every
But 2D.
day gun has to walk in and probably walks past someone's office, and they're like, "Hi, James." He's like, "Dude, just
Yeah, they're giving them.
calm down,
Calm
calm
down, bro.
down."
I got it. I got it, bro. Please just let me cook.
Just
No, but 2D makes a good point. Is that we sit here and laughed at Knight's Pool being riddled with bullets at the end of at Wolverine and Deadpool, and that's $1 billion movie. That movie hit a billy. So it's like the thing about it's like if they do it tastefully, it'll work. But there's nothing tasteful about Creature Commandos, bro.
no,
It's it's
no,
it's
they're foul.
very it's very foul. Like I said before, trauma levels of debauchery, bro. I can't think of any better word than debauchery. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, is this the DC universe that needs saving from like Superman? And Batman's been like in the slums fighting these Gotham villains that are just killing people wanton random. And you got teams like the Creature Commandos are more violent than the Suicide Squad. But then it's
Yes.
like way more violent. But that we haven't seen this universe's Suicide Squad yet, so we don't know. And then like also Peacemaker was extremely violent. If you go back and watch that show,
Was that extremely violent? I
yeah,
know it was extremely vulgar, but I don't know about violent. Do I remember a lot of violence?
I remember
Not
someone like
like
getting their face punched in at some point.
I don't think and I loved Peacemaker. I loved every
Yeah,
moment of
it's a
Peacemaker,
great
and
show.
I did not have any faith in John Cena going out. And I
Mm-mm.
walked away going, God bless season 2. Let's go. And
Let's go.
it, I don't remember violence in that a lot. That was really well
I
done show.
but I think we can close
I
out
think
this
we get
thought.
a Creature Commando live action, like
I th-
streaming show, like
I think
Peacemaker.
certain characters will show up. I think we're going to get both of the Frankensteins. I think we've already got Weasel. God bless his little soul. Um, you know what I'm saying? And Bradley's mentioning the boys, and the boys is almost satire with this approach to violence. There's a dude. Did you ever watch the boys
I've
by
only
any
seen a couple
chance?
episodes. I
Uh,
haven't got through
It's
its
so
substance.
ridiculous. Like there's an Ant-Man character that flies into someone's no area and explodes out like fucking Shang Tsung, and they show it on screen. And it's like you guys are just doing too much, dog. And it's like they're not going to do that because on screen that would not make money. On the small screen, yeah, there's an audience for that. And the comic is super crazy, but I think like Batman being a part of this messed up DC universe, and everybody and like Wonder Woman, maybe no, Wonder Woman would have already been a thing in this world because the timing is weird on this DC universe because everybody's already doing their thing, and Superman's like new to the it's like fairly new. Like everyone's already established. Green Lanterns are established. They've name dropped Themyscira like 6 times just on Creature
I'm very
Commandos.
you take me back 18 months ago. I remember speaking to you going, I'm getting
I'm
a tad bit more excited,
I'm
man. I have to tell you.
very I'm very curious about where this goes and what this looks like a year from now. I want to see where Superman's been out. I want to see what things they have on the slate. After Superman, we don't know what's coming out next. And Gunn is being very close to the vest, but he's also being very hyper verbal about everything. You know, he's on internet. As soon as that episode came out, he had comments about it, talking about, F it, I'm spoiling it. There's a quick shot of Batman in the last episode, and everyone got hype, me included. And Gunn immediately jumped online. Well, we're still working out our Batman. I'm not committed to anything, but just so you guys know, Batman is here and he's badass and he's super important. We have big plans for Batman, and I'm like, Gun, stop tickling my jumblies, dog. Just let us know what's going on, dog. Stop, stop tickling the old ivories. So all that said, I'm very excited about what they're doing over there. It's hyper creative. It's really feels almost like guerrilla filmmaking that they're doing because of just how jarring
James Gunn does kind of feel like the fresh
fresh
breath
air.
of yeah, that everything really kind of needs right now. Who's like pushing the envelope and gonna like break a couple of rules and go, yeah, you don't like it, I don't care.
We're doing it like
They're gonna
with Mar-
watch it.
with Marvel feeling so formulaic and feeling so samey. Like you said, Gunn does feel like the kid who just threw a firecracker in the classroom and ran out. You know what I mean? You know,
For
just, let's just
sure.
let's just mix it
And,
up. We're good. You
and
know,
I don't want to spend too much time on it, not as much as DC, but just a quick. I was wondering today as I was, looking at the slate, getting ready for the cast, and it's like, when are we going to get that first teaser for Fantastic Four?
don't talk to me about Fantastic
What,
Four, man.
when are we
Don't
getting
talk to
this,
me about
man?
Fantastic
When
Four.
is this coming, man?
Shut up.
When they
I feel
said 2025, I was like,
it
is
comes
that
out like
really this
tomorrow, dog.
year?
It comes out like
Really?
tomorrow, dog. It
That's
comes out.
coming like
We ain't seen shit. I think it comes out like May, June. Con season starts in May, June. It comes out Superman. It used to be Superman and Fantastic Four came out like the
July
same day.
25th, July
Yeah,
25th.
Superman when it first was announced, Superman and Fantastic Four literally said, "F it, we're coming out the same day," and make people fight. And I think one of them has relinquished that
That,
spot.
that's it's called double header to me.
Shit, that's called sneaking a six pack into the theater and just having a day, dog.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm that's my most. I love Superman, but I have to see what you know. What I'm gonna bite my lip. I'm more hyped for Superman than I am Fantastic Four, and I'll say that because everything they've told me about Fantastic Four is super weird, and I don't like it. Everything I've seen for Superman is very hopeful and optimistic. I don't like what they've told me they're doing with Fantastic Four. So I'm more scared for Fantastic Four than I am for Superman, if that makes sense. There's a lot of stupid stuff going on in Fantastic Four, bro. Like they're not even in the same universe. Like like so like Silver Surfer's there, but it's not the same Silver Surfer. It's not Norman Rand.
No,
It's Shalaba,
yeah.
dog. Like it's just like there's a lot of weird choices with that movie.
RDJ.
RDJ is Doctor Doom. I'm not feeling none of that, bro. So I'm super scared, and it's like they have to get Fantastic Four right. I don't
This is
know.
an important year for
I'm gonna be sh-
Marvel, man. Like
I'm gonna be
they have
stressed out that whole
3
movie.
movies on the docket. And look, I've come around to Brave New World. I was not on board when they announced this. What was it, like 4 freaking years ago now at this
4 years
stage? Been a
ago,
minute.
yeah.
It's been a minute. I was not I like Anthony Mackie, but I was like, Captain America new? Really? The whole thing? Him? Okay, all right, if you say so. But it looks good. It looks like it'll be a fun time. Thunderbolts looks like it's going to be the same stupid type of good
Same
Marvel
shit, dog.
popcorny ass shit.
You already know how the
You
movie's
already
gonna
know.
end,
Right,
bro. So
right.
it's like I'm
So
not. I
it,
don't
it
know.
comes down to Fantastic Four,
Four
and
is
it's
it has
such an
to
important
win, dog.
movie. When do we get a trailer to
I
get
don't.
people
I
amped?
don't know, bro. Bra-
July, like
Bradley makes an
anyway.
important point. Where you ever seen Deer Hunter?
Oh yeah,
It
oh
feels like Marvel
yeah.
and DC are at the table and they're spinning the revolver, and they're both sweating, and they're like, one of us has to blink, bro. Like they're both desperate as hell. Like they're desperate in
Oh,
different ways. You know what I'm saying? They both reek of desperation. And like you said, I wouldn't want to be James Gunn on any day right now. That guy has so much pressure on him to get this shit right. and it's
every
been hyped
week.
so
Can
much.
you imagine some
Huh.
executives sitting down and watching Creature Commando last night, being like,
And
"Oh,
they're
all
like,
right, we're gonna sit."
we just gave everything to this man, and there is stuff here
I
that
had to send my kids out the room, bro.
yeah, I have to say my
Like, what are we doing?
somebody some some executive is like, yeah, someone just beat up a an adult worker on this episode, black eye and all. And my kids are watching this laughing. What am I supposed to tell the other execs? And James Gunn is like, ha, ha, it's gonna get crazier. Yeah, buckle up.
He's coming in with
Buckle
his
up.
T-shirt, his gray
He's
beard,
coming in.
like, "Yeah,
Yeah,
man,
yeah, man. It's
this is what we
crazy,
do."
huh? Yeah, crazy, huh? And they're like, they're just worried as shit. And all right, guys, see you later. They just close the door behind them and they start, you know. So I'm I'm hyper for DC than I am Marvel right now. I am. I can't hide it anymore. You know, I can't fight this feeling anymore. So we'll see, dog. Like you said, FF is a super important movie for Marvel. That it's almost like Deadpool is super important, but this is really important. Like this is like the next 10 movies important.
I'm gonna have you do a quick little breakdown to bring us up to date. What's
Okay.
going on in the Marvel comic world right now? What's up with the Galactus, the Herald of Galactus runs with Gambit and freaking the Hulk, and what's going on? What are they trying to set up and
Okay.
do?
Okay. I'm gonna do because I have something I want to talk about before we our hour runs out, but I will do this very quickly. Uh Back in the day, the comics dictated the movies, right? You had a Sam Jackson um as Nick Fury, which would eventually become Sam Jackson in the movies, or Nick Fury in the movies. Nowadays, it's the comics that portent the films. And the problem right now is that we're kind of still in that multiverse phase. They're trying to hype up Secret Wars. We have to talk about What If because Jesus, man.
I
Um
I couldn't remember what
man,
else I needed to watch this
we
week,
got to talk
and
about
right
What
at the end of
If.
I haven't seen one episode.
So
Right before the stream. Anyway,
so the
go on.
so the comics are dictating what they are aiming for in the current slate, which is everything's wacky. Iron Man is Captain America. Captain America is Doom. Hulk is a
Silver Surfer.
Silver Surfer. It's just like it's so tiring, bro. And Marvel, because there's no such thing as canon anymore. There's no. I want to read a Wolverine comic. You don't just hand a kid a comic and say, "Hey, start here." You know what I mean? It's 7 comics where Wolverine is doing different things and different arcs, and everything's all kind of wishy washy. But last I checked, Hulk is on Solo. Hulk
Hulk
Solo,
is
bro.
on
Hulk Solo. Don't say that too
Chewie.
loud.
Ah,
Don't say that too
rips off
loud,
his arm.
man. Because
That's funny.
that'll be in a what Hulk Solo would have been more
Don't
interesting
say
than any.
that. Don't say that. Don't put it out
All I'm
there,
saying
man.
is Hulk Solo would have been way more interesting than anything we got from What If. Um,
Oh.
but yeah, the comics are dumb right now, and it's once again it's just thirst for desperation. You know what I mean? I don't think there's any major arc going. Last I checked, they turned Miles Morales into a vampire. So needless to say, there's no reason to read the comics right now, and that
You
hurts my heart
see,
because I'm a comic head.
when you use words like wacky, desperation, Miles Morales vampire, it really, really turns me off.
Mhm, mhm,
It's,
mhm,
it's,
mhm.
it's not
Last
good
I
feelings.
checked, and Venom is like dead, but he's alive because okay. Here's the thing, and I really need to shut up, but certain characters are so popular they hit a nexus of popularity and then they die. So like Venom is one of those characters where you can only venomize so many people. You can only put an injection of venom into so many things before you reach like a event horizon of venom. and the character just becomes nothing. It becomes everything that was interesting about the character is now turned into stardust. It's all gone.
Didn't they
You know what I
do
mean?
that like a decade ago when there were like
And,
symbiotes raining out of the sky or something over
and
New
Brian,
York? I don't even remember the story. I just remember reading it and going, "What happened
remember
to
when
Venom, everybody?" Like,
remember when Goku said, and this is what happens when I take it further beyond? That's what happened. They went
that's what
Super
happened.
Saiyan 3 dumb shit when it comes to Venom, dog. And now Venom is nothing. And Venom is who's Venom? Like nobody cares, dog. Like Eddie Brock is like part of the universe now. He's like a universal constant. Like fucking it's almost like remember when the Batman Who Laughs became a cosmic entity, like where they just ran
Oh
the Batman Who
yeah.
Laughs into once again an event horizon of dumb shit, and
Ah,
it was like you see the Batman Who Laughs fighting Doctor Manhattan. You're like, how did we get here?
how did
How did
we
we?
get here,
This is
man?
not my beautiful house. How did we get
No,
here? How did we fucking
no.
get here?
Like, what is this Batman still doing here? Like, can't we do
Why are
something
we still
about that?
talking about
Why
the
are we
Batman Who
still here?
Laughs?
Yeah,
Yeah, this
it
they
was a
did that to
great
Venom.
novelty, like, 4-week thing, and then it turned into like a 3-year thing. And
I hate it.
it, here's your
I hate when
Batman.
like it's like I hate Harley Quinn because they did that to Har I hate like when they take a character and just drive it into the ground.
One of the reasons the new, not new, but the Harley Quinn HBO show, like 4 episodes, man. I was like, I can't.
Nah, we don't watch that.
This is
Uh
this is not what I want from Harley Quinn.
Shout
Would
outs
you
to
agree?
John Byrne, shout out to Dave Byrne. I want to talk about something because we only have 10 minutes left. And you're my
All
Star
right.
Wars guy. And we got some feedback from our Disney Plus episode. And I want to talk to you about it.
Oh, okay.
Because shout out to, please go watch our top 10 MOTN top 10 Disney Plus episodes. Give that episode some love. Me and Brian really put a lot of ourselves into that. And it came out really good. But I recently put out a short, which you've seen, of us talking about the best my favorite Star Wars moment ever. And I read the comments, which you never do. You should never read the comments on your stuff. But someone mentioned that the problem with Star Wars fans now is that we're so bent up on emotions that we allow shows to take away from the intergalactic storytelling that we're all used to, and that which made the Lucas era so great, in that they felt like this wasn't a good moment because it just allowed Obi-Wan to let Vader go free and continue to kill for many, many, many more decades. And I was taken back by those. Like, I love comments. Please, I love hearing other people's take on it. But Brian, what are your? If you want to go and read the comments, you can real quick. But that was what I took from them. I just need to
Repeat the
know.
last half as
Okay,
far
hold on.
as the
I
Obi
will
took
f.
took away
Uh,
from it.
hold on. I will tell you right effing now. I'm just gonna run into that real quick and mute my phone so I don't destroy our episode here. And I'll just read the comments for you right now. Where are those damn comments? Okay. Honestly, I'm not going to call out the person who did it. I'm just because it's all love. It's super all love. But it said honestly, I hated that scene because they hated that scene badly. They just made Obi-Wan the reason Vader killed everyone. Just walking away and leaving him alive was the dumbest thing they've ever written. That's one thing.
Oh, no, I have to disagree with that statement. And the reason why is because if you're doing an Obi-Wan show, you have to make sense of this. We talked about this, I believe, during the podcast. They could have messed it up, right?
Yeah,
So
100%.
we all thought seeing Kenobi and Vader together again, it's like, what are we doing? Like, we did this in episode 4. It was perfect. It's one of the greatest moments in cinema. Move on. We don't need it. But what they did is not only did they improve upon that scene and make the episode 4 meeting like meaningful, is they gave credence to more of Vader's anger, more of
Mhm.
Vader's rage that goes on throughout games that I have not yet played, like the Star Wars games, which features the Inquisitors and his hunt to take down Jedi. So for me, the interaction, and they could have messed it up, the interaction is magnificent because it gave more meaning to episode 4 and their relationship as a whole. If you just look at it in episode 3 where he walks away, great, that's fine. They never run into each other again. Unlikely. It's unlikely.
Hmm.
It's unlikely that they never cross each other's paths ever again. Two
Again.
people this strong in the fourth. So, for this to happen 10 years further down the line, yeah, no, I'm cool with it, but I respect your opinion.
Yeah, it's like I would definitely respect their opinion, and a lot of the consensus was is that logically it didn't make sense because why did he just kill him right then and there? And it's like, well, Bradley makes a good point. Jedi's just aren't killing people like that. That's not the Jedi way.
Jedi will not kill defenseless people, which to and the things are about to get crazy, folks. Which brings the point to the reason Anakin becomes Vader in the first place is because Mace decides to take out the Emperor. Palpatine's sitting there, no, no, I'm hurt,
Defenseless.
I'm hurt, I'm hurt, defenseless, and no, he has to die. He's too powerful. This is not the Jedi way what Anakin says because he's striking down a defenseless man. So when Mace goes to swing that lightsaber, Anakin's like, nope, which, hey, you know what, Anakin, pick and choose your battles, buddy, because 3 minutes earlier you were like, oh, whatever. Anyway, moving on. He like blocks it and kills him. You know what I mean? So no,
No, and just one more snippet because I just think this is hilarious. Let's see. They don't seem to care if the stories are cohesive or make sense of the world around them. As long as they have a good moment, it's all they care about. For me, as an author myself, it's about consistency. Does the story make sense? Does it contradict existing lore? Are the characters authentic to their personalities? Those things matter, and it's like I can't disagree more with that because everyone was within their roles. If you've been paying attention, you know what I mean. Vader is going to act like Vader is going to act because Anakin is still in there, and they even slapped you in the face with it because they color corrected when Witch was talking. When 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 Anakin was speaking to Obi-Wan, his blue lightsaber was flashing through. That was Anakin peeking through Vader to give him those words, and then it went
no,
right
you
back to
won't.
red because yep, you did. I am not your failure. That was Anakin talking. They can't spell it out anymore. You
No.
know what I mean? And like you said, Obi-Wan's not going to strike down. And at that point, Vader was defenseless. He was
And
defeated. He was beaten. You are
look,
beaten.
one
It is
day
useless to resist.
once upon a time, I was a person who loved Star Wars, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I've seen all the movies. I've watched a couple of the shows." And then I went, "Oh, well, I'm going to expand further," and I started reading all the books, and I watched all the animation, like all 8 seasons of the Clone Wars, all the Rebels. And here's the thing about Star Wars: is the story is canon and it expands on kind of a singular timeline, meaning what happens over there during this time period very well could have ramifications over
Over
here
here,
10 years later. You know what I mean? And that is the beauty. That's how this moment sets up because it fuels the rage and even fuels the relationship between the Emperor and Vader. Lord Vader, I wonder if your feelings on these
feelings.
matters are
So
clear.
so good.
Yes, my
He makes
master.
him feel
And
so
that's
good.
Palpatine, like, yeah, I don't care about Kenobi, bro. We are in charge. Sit your ass down.
Sit your ass
And
down
thus,
and get with the program, dude.
when you expand outside of that and you find about Vader and Palpatine's like relationship and how jacked up that is, it's like, no, all this comes together. It all made sense. They did a masterful freaking job. Yay,
That's
Star
why
Wars.
That's why I say it's the best. It's the best moment of Star Wars history because it
I would like
ties in everything.
I just want to add in 2D, Mace Windu, The Glass Abyss, new Star Wars book came out like 2 months ago. It is a singular Mace Windu story that takes place a couple of months after The Phantom Menace. It is all Mace all the time. You can get it on audiobook via Libby. I highly suggest checking it out. I gave it a 3 out of 5 because of some pacing issues and just some things in general. But you get a lot of Mace Windu like doing Mace Windu type things, and the antagonist is awesome. What's the man horse thing? What's the man horse
Um,
thing?
you're talking about Montaru from Mortal Kombat, bro?
Yeah, yeah, but there's two of them. One's like
Th-
Beast, one's like Beauty, and like they're cohesive. The antagonist is awesome. They
Okay,
kind
okay.
of don't stick the landing though.
Let's ask some real questions here.
Yes,
Real
sir.
question: would you smash a Minotaur? I'm looking directly at you. It's a yes or no answer, Brian. Would you smash a Minotaur? A beautiful Minotaur.
No, no.
A beautiful, a beautiful Minotaur with long flowing
No.
locks and a spear and shit.
I
And
asked you
it
your
is
favorite
dutiful.
Star Wars moment.
Yeah.
That's this is what you get me back on.
Brian, I need you just to say no or yes.
No,
No,
dude,
no.
no, no.
It's a fair question.
Thank you, dude. Thank
I'm
you.
just asking.
It
I'm
is
just
not a
asking.
fair
It's a
question.
fair question.
No,
I'm just saying,
no,
just I'm just asking questions.
no.
But anyway, please
I could
comment more.
expand, but I'm not going to.
I would love that's an after dark expansion. Let's put that behind the paywall. We even lost two people on that question. I'm just destruction
Nice
of our
job, Mike.
channel. I'm sorry, guys. It's a simple question, Brian. I'm sorry, guys. We're talking Star Wars, getting deep. You mentioned a Minotaur that was Beauty and Beast, and it just made me, yeah. Anyway, please comment on our episodes. Let argue with us. Let us know what your thoughts are, because the beautiful thing about art is it is subjective, and you can think as long as you're not an asshole about it. And those guys were really respectful in their rebuttals, and I'm
So
cool
thank
with
you
that.
for your comment. We
So thank you
appreciate
for
it.
your. It gives us talking points. I like doing that. I'm going to chop up some more great moments from that episode. I want to talk about some of our X-Men comments there. I want to talk about some Bad Batch stuff. You know what I mean? Because please watch Bad Batch. Just by the way, just those out there, just do
And we're
yourself
about
a
to start
favor.
running over. Bad Batch. Look, Bad
You got
Batch.
3 minutes.
Bad Batch. Last scene with Hunter and Omega. I would loved that I saw that on a lot of folks' best moments of the year list of all geekdom. Like I saw a lot of that being a huge moment, and that show was freaking awesome. So nice.
Man, whew, this was a good episode. A lot of laughs, a lot of deep dives in what's going on. New year, new us. There's a lot of good things planned for MLTN. I'm very excited about the future of this channel, and we're growing, man. We're getting more eyes, more people are paying attention to us, and that is a positive, good thing. Tony, what's going on, Tony? How you living, sir? Just in time for our. What are you looking forward to for this week? What are you looking forward to this week?
This week, my goodness, I have a couple of new games I got need to pick out and start playing on stream. Was there anything specific? No, man, I got nothing right off the top of my mind. I
Yeah,
got
fair
playoff foot,
enough.
damn playoff football this weekend, but
Yeah,
a little bit more
yeah.
of the same kind of going on. But we got a couple of new games on the Twitch stream, and yeah, man, just getting into the new year, kicking off some dust pebbles from the holiday.
Straight up. Try to get back into the rhythm of things.
You?
This week, um, gonna go see Nosferatu this weekend. Gonna see Nosferatu. Timeout. Flag on the play. Okay.
Hey, could you show us an Obi-Wan?
An Obi Wan,
Yeah.
like
Can
an
you?
impression.
No, the figure that you promised that we could all see.
He's right there.
All right. Well, you didn't point them out, so I'm just making sure it
Yeah,
gets
he's
you a
right
little bit of love. There you go.
there.
There
There
you
we
go.
go. There we
Look at that
go.
thing. It's
There.
awesome.
Sorry. I
All
didn't mean
right.
to do that. Didn't mean to do that.
Sorry.
Yeah, man. And I guess we can talk about that. It's like I need to fill in that spot, and I don't know who to put there. So I was talking to Wash the other day about it. I was just like, that's an empty spot. I want it to be like my Jedi shelf, but I'm torn with who I want to put there because on my Sith shelf, I have generational Sith lords, Darth Vader, Darth Revan, generational Sith from completely different sides of a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. So I'm kind of thinking that like Obi Wan's my favorite Jedi of all time, and I'm thinking like Yoda. I want to squeeze a Yoda in there somewhere because he's super important. But the other person, a lot of the characters I would want, they don't exist yet. Or they do exist, but they're super old figures that are yeah, I got Revan. Yo, Bradley, Revan is right there. Right there. Darth Revan, bro. That's one of my favorite. Light side Revan. I like Revan, but I would have to pick and choose between one or the other. And if I had to choose a Revan, I would want to go with the classic dark suit, dark side Darth Revan. You know what I mean? I would pick Treya. If they did a Treya, that would be super sick. Um, I almost want Bastila from Knights of the Old Republic 1. Like a sick like artisan Bastila with the double lightsabers, bro. With the double-sided lightsaber. And it's like
Told
yellow.
you a couple of months ago you need to start a hobby, start making them yourselves.
I'm
Put
not that I'm not
MOTN on
that
the map.
I'm not that I'm not that talented, bro. My thing would look ass, dog. It'll look like why does her face like that? Why her face so ugly? You know, my bastila end up looking like they're looking like what was the name of the actress who got attacked by who got her face eaten by a tiger? Um, you know what I'm talking about? And she had to get reconstructive surgery.
No, I know that someone did get their face eaten by one of the tigers in Vegas, but that was
That
years
was
ago.
one of the that was Roy from Siegfried and Roy.
Oh, there
Um,
you go. Thank you.
but yeah, just to close things out. What's coming up on the channel? They do have us 1/6 Mace Windu, but he's hard to find, so I would have to hunt that down. Definitely seeing Nosferatu this week, and so me and Toots can do MOTN reviews on that. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to flipping Knights of the Old Republic 2 again and again and again. Definitely looking forward to playoff football. The Broncos have to beat the Chiefs, which is not going to happen, so we're not getting in. So yay! Um, so I'll get to have fun with that. Other than that, there's no episode this week other than live. And oh yeah, we're gonna put out the poll for the next MOTN lore, and we got some pretty interesting ideas for that. Toots gave me a really good one. Brian gave me a really good one. I'm just gonna fill in the gaps. The Denver Broncos. Um, so that's what I'm looking forward to this week. Looking forward to the season finale of two shows. Of one, The Agency, which is the show with Michael Fassbender. It's all about like espionage and shit like that. Watch that. Did someone say football? Yes, football is part of the nerdiverse. Football is super
Yes.
sports. Me and Brian talk sports.
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 Sports is super waiting for that. Sports is super definitely. We
How
need
you
to get a
doing,
shirt.
James? Sports.
Sports. We need to get a shirt that just has sports question mark on it. That's like I think that's the first bit of new 2025 MLTN merch. Sports.
It's
You got to know
hilarious.
it. Hilarious. But yeah, definitely looking forward to that. This has been MOTN Live, where we just, as you can see, chew the fat, catch up, just, go a little crazy sometimes. I want to thank everybody who's been in the chat. Of course, Tootie Odin here in spirit, our sister from another mister. Tony, of course, Bradley for coming through. Thank you so much, sir. And everybody who's been watching wherever you are on Spotify, on YouTube, or and even on Twitter or X, whatever they're calling it nowadays. Um, any last thoughts before we close this bad boy out?
No. Looking forward to the week, man. Looking forward to the weekend. And yeah, happy Friday. Let's get it started.
Happy
First Friday of the new
Friday!
year.
I'm about to crack open a nice cool Budweiser.
Oh
No, stupid.
yeah, there
Yeah,
you go.
yeah, it's Miller time,
I,
baby.
I'm having Kool-Aid. Oh
I'm having Kool-Aid.
yeah,
Oh yeah. All right, before we go, favorite Kool-Aid flavor, go. And yes,
great.
there is a right answer. Grape is godlike. I can't fight you, Doug. Grape.
Sorry,
Yeah,
great.
grape. Grape or tropical
Black.
punch. Okay, black. Black.
Oh,
Grape. Black. Also grape blue. You ever had grape bludini? Like back in the day? That was super
no.
goated too. But the ones you could just buy right now, grape, tropical punch, and of course cherry, grape or red. You got to go grape or red, right? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like this, like the scene in House Party where they're pouring the sugar into the Kool Aid. It just doesn't stop.
Oh
Like it's
yeah, that's great.
it's so stupid.
Like looks at him like what?
Hey, give me some of that Dick Gregory. All right, we can close on that. All right, party peoples. We'll see you next Friday. I will, of course, bring your host, Mike G. With me, as always, is my Steez Wash. MOTN out.